Hello, hello to you today. So this card came up. I was just kind of in my preparation phase, and I accidentally knocked this card over, and it is the presence card. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it off to the side here in case it comes up for us later. But being present, yes, very important, right? We can get too caught in the what ifs of the future and the what ifs of the past, and we end up losing sight of the present, okay? And this is where things actually are relevant for us, right? Okay. I also wanted to clear the energy with these chimes. Yes, because it felt like that kind of a day. Okay, let's start with cards or card from the Octarians. See what key will unlock for us today in this reading. So this is about, what is this about? What is this about? Who's that? Ew. It's so gross when people spit. Sorry, there's somebody standing out in the backyard looking at something, and I am looking at them. Okay. Surrender. Yes. Surrender to all of the things, right? We can't think or force our way into the future. We can't change anything in the past. And so surrender and be present in the now. Yes. Oops. We'll take it. We'll make it. We'll believe it. We'll see it. And we will continue on. Okay. We'll start with the runes to put a top and a bottom crust on our sandwich. Okay, we'll ask the humans. Come on and say hello. There it is. Who's this? Kinaz. Ooh, okay, Kinaz. We've got wisdom and messages coming in. It's also something about knowledge, learning. Okay. Barn owl. The acquisition of wisdom, knowledge, and insight has been the owl's forte since the beginning of time. They have sharp eyes that can see in the dark what others need light to perceive. The companion of many goddesses across many cultures, the owl is a holder of their occult secrets. For the unaware creature, they are fearsome. Yes, because they're silent and deadly. Kinaz has a hot, bright energy of fire and the illuminating torch. It represents the search for truth and knowledge and a burning creative desire. In a reading, Kinaz speaks of artistic and technical ability in honing your craft. Lighting your way through the dark, it encourages you to be a self-starter and take initiative guided by curiosity and intelligence. Enlightenment, creativity, skill, offspring, and learning. Okay. Presence. Okay, well, let's do it. Let's see what the Emperor, moving on, sparks of inspiration. Okay, this is taking action, getting it done when you are inspired to. And where do we find inspiration? In the now, in our presence, in our beingness. Because there are little indicators in our now of what we thought in the past, what we believed in the past, what we chose to do in the past. And in the now, we can make changes for our future. Okay, one more time. And then we're gonna pick a card, any card. All of the cards that want to come out and play with us today. We had a couple coming out on their own, which is part of it, right? Yes. Okay. We'll take these guys. Let's see. Okay, move this over here. And then we've got some things here. Okay. What's up? Okay, we got an extra card here. And it's passionate movement. Okay. Yes. Passionate moving. Okay, this is the Knight of Passion. So surrender to your creative sparks of inspiration. Okay, let's see. Oh, wow. Yes. Okay. Amazing. So, yeah, energy, Emperor on the move. Okay, taking action on your passion. Taking action on your passion. Ooh, it's the King of Wands. Also an action king. Wow. We got so much action happening here. Okay, so lots of things on the move, lots of energy moving. This is why you need to surrender, because there's stuff happening that you're not even aware of. You don't even know. Okay, and that's okay. And so don't try to force it. Don't try to make it, break it, shake it. Okay, what do we got? We got your experience and taking leaps of faith. Okay. Who's beside the King of Wands? Oh, wow. This slow moving prepared knight and speaking of truth and destiny. Wow. I just want to know what's going on. Wow. Okay, we got the King of Swords and the Magician. So alchemy is what frees up, moves the energy, which makes sense, right? We're turning, what do they turn? Lead into gold, right? We're turning something not valuable into something valuable, right? We're turning whatever comes our way into fuel for our machine, okay? And the King of Swords also speaks about communication. Look at all this masculine energy on here. What is going on? Okay. Taking leaps of faith towards love. And we've got another king, okay? We've got the King of Pentacles here. This is your grounding state in your material realm. Okay, there's so much I don't even know. Okay, the lovers. This is the balance. This is beautiful. This is gorgeous. This is love. This is love. Oh, I haven't done that in a while. Okay. We've got the meditative grounding, balancing all of the bodies, right? Your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, and your spiritual body, which all resides in your physical body. Or does it? Okay, there's the things happening behind the scenes that you are trusting in, okay? Trusting your ability to alchemize, to change, to grow. Okay, oh, it's the devils. Okay, I'm thinking this trusting kind of sandwiched. I don't know why there's so many sandwiches here today. With the shadows, with the devils, with the adversaries. Yeah. Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this the love that I've been searching for? Is this love? Or am I dreaming? It must be love. 'Cause it's really got a hold on me. Okay. So that's your doubts and your fears that it's not, right? Is it or is it not? And this isn't in your empowered state of knowing. This is in your waffling state of uncertainty. And this is saying to trust it. You know, you've had enough experience in life to be able to recognize when something is real and when something isn't. So trust that. Trust how far you've come. Trust your own inner wisdom on all of the things. Okay, give us more here. What? What the heck? Okay, we're surrendering. We're tapping in. I feel like surrendering to your inner goddess, your inner knowing, your intuition. Surrendering to your intuition. What it is telling you, what it is communicating to you. This is also the patient knight, okay, which is interesting because we've got all this moving energy here. And then this patience, this like, wait for your destiny. It is growing, right? Yes. Destiny. Okay, what do we got? We've got ships coming in and what you are intending, okay? What you intend will arrive. So be intentional. And this is something that you do in the present moment. I'm just going to bring it out here. I'm just going to bring it out because it's already part of the reading. Okay. So the Page of Cups, yes, be intentional, your wish fish, what you speak into reality. Okay. So that's everything that is in your ships. And what do I mean by ships? It's always talking about ships coming in, ships coming in. Ships are a representation of the things en route to you that you have manifested, wished to be, deserved, earned. All of the things are on your ships, okay? And you are speaking them into being. So your intention here. Oh, is that where it is? And this over here? So with this one over here, it's speaking about this accumulation period in your physical realm, okay, that you have been meditating and being patient for. So your ship's coming in here. And this, what you speak, right? These seeds that you plant, that you trust are growing beneath the surface, right? You're choosing between love or fear in what you speak, okay? This is the truth that you speak and how it affects the whole. Speak love, okay? And this is about trusting this process, trusting that simple knowledge. What are you speaking into existence, love or fear, right? And this is an embodiment on all the levels. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? What are you dreaming about? What are you consuming? What are you seeing? All of this is going into your cup. So make sure there's a lot of love in there. Okay, we got a Knight of Swords. This is protection. This is a sentinel who is ready to move on your behalf. Okay, it's also swords, communication. So this is someone ready to communicate regardless of, oh, this is giving me that, like this is the sword, the sword of truth that you pull from the stone. And this period of defense. So when you're speaking your truth, because you don't know how other people will respond to it, you're kind of maybe anticipating the worst, right? Like prepared for however that person might respond to your truth. And there's enough armor on there to protect your physical body. But I want to say this is also your, to become one able to speak their truth, you become a magician, you become an emperor, you become an empress, right? You are able to stand in your own firmly, which creates your own protection, a protection to speak your truth, because you understand that in speaking your truth, you are sort of leading the way for others to do the same. And it's not a truth to hurt, right? It's a truth for you and the people that truly love and appreciate you want to support you in speaking your truth, even if it hits hard for them. Right? And then also this recognition, sometimes just knowing your truth is enough. Right? You're speaking your truth to yourself, because there are people out there that you try to speak your truth to and they just turn it into some rigmarole, and now they're just sucking your energy while you're trying to, they want you to justify, they want you to clarify, they want you to do all these things and make them understand, but they actually don't have the capacity to understand because of where they're at in their journey. And so it just turns into an energy suck. And so this is why sometimes no response is a response, right? Because you are actively trying to keep your love vibe going. And this is the love of your internal balancing, right? Your emotional regularity, your energy reserves. Yes. Okay, so this Five of Pentacles is that teeter point between moving into the heart or staying out in the cold. Okay, this is also this, it's a poverty mindset, right? We're not worthy, we're not capable, we're not. This is your ability to transform those thoughts into positive ones that work for you and not against you. Okay, this is that mindfulness of the seeds that you are planting and the alchemy. Because we don't just suddenly stop thinking, being, believing, right? It's kind of a process of muscle memory establishing, right? We're kind of training our brain, retraining our brain, reprogramming, and also the strengthening of the muscle. And It takes time. But once you've got it, you become this magician, able to recognize it right away and transform it into something else, right? This is the acknowledgement in your present moment when you are thinking, speaking, feeling thoughts that are not serving you, that are disempowering you, and seeing it and then choosing something different, choosing the counteractive, right? You are deserving. You are worthy. You are capable. You are magical. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles has arrived. And this is good because she is in her beingness. She is in her opulence. I want to say opulence with the Queen of Pentacles. She's surrounded by abundance. She's tapped into her intuition. She's in her own world, creating, focusing on what inspires and delights her. And, you know, she's living her best life here. And I think this is a state that you arrive in once you have learned how to meditate, yes, to balance all of your realms, okay, and cut away all of the things that no longer serve, as well as having your patience, okay? You need to be very patient for your harvest to bloom and grow. And also this ability to speak or to cut away all that doesn't serve you, right? Like weeding. You got to be able to pull those weeds out. And this introspection card on the bottom, being able to I was going to say self-edit, but it's like, I guess it is like a self-edit. The ability to reread your communication before sending it, right? Is this exactly what I want to say? Is this how I want to say it? Is this how I want this message to be delivered? You know, a lot of people, they'll just send, and they never reread it again. And they just, that's it. That's what I said. And do they, I don't know. It seems more emotional. This is not a balance. This is an emotional response, right? A triggered response to just type and send. So this is a beautiful balance between the masculine and feminine here, the cutting away action. And this is part of your transformation, right? This is part of why you have created a safe sanctuary place where you can thrive and be in. And this one is the consolidating of your resources, okay? This is about going all in on the Two of Cups. This is about focusing on what you have and not what you lost, okay? Things are not lost. The universe ebbs and flows, brings things towards you and moves things away from you. And the more able you are to surrender and allow these things to ebb and flow, the more, the better, the more and the better, okay? Because we are meant to shift and change and grow and expand. And it's really hard to do that when we're holding on to old energy that no longer serves. Okay. And this is why boundaries are important. Okay. Boundaries around what you think, who you allow in and have access, what you believe, what you see, right? Boundaries around all of the things. Boundaries are super important. There should be a course in school dedicated to teaching children boundaries because I literally went like 40 years of my life before discovering about them. And we'll just create a boundary around the boundaries, clear the energy around the past, okay? Because, you know, this is part of your experience. This is part of why you have a quicker up cycle, right? You have picked up and transformed and moved on and reinvented and like your resilience, right? You recognize that it serves no one for you to be crying over the things that you have lost. They're gone. They're gone. And you are ready to cut your losses, take what you've got and run with it, roll with it, jump for joy with it. Okay. Anything else want to come out? Oh, wow. Okay. So this is the fear of the old. This is too many boundaries, okay? This is defense systems. This is your creating a fortress of solitude that is built of swords, right? Like, this is when you entertain the devils too much. Your boundaries keeps everything out, right? Everything. And here we have just enough boundary. You still can see the moon, like it's not covering the moon. These, it's starting to interrupt your connection to your intuition. So there, this is speaking to me of, well, you get here from entertaining too much of the devils, right? The fear. Fear is what makes us feel unsafe and makes us overcompensate with our protection, with our defense systems. Okay, so this sun is you coming out of the darkness and into the light. Okay, this is you consistently choosing love over fear. Okay, this is fear and this is love, right? And this is the choice that you are given in every moment with every single thing that you do. So let go of those old defenses that were keeping you isolated and away, and get rid of them. I'm putting it into the deck because that's the old world. That's the old way. That's the old systems, the old firewalls, the old fences, the old ways of keeping yourself safe. You are now, like, think of all of those swords as thoughts or belief systems that you didn't alchemize into love, joy, right? This is turning all those swords, all those thoughts, all those things into wands that are moving in your favor, not isolating you and keeping you trapped within your own fortress of solitude. Okay, we've got the signs and synchronicities leading you on the way. Okay, this is if you have, if you're unsure which way to go at any point, just be present, ground into your now, and surrender to now, and open to receive messages from your divine spirit team leading you along your way. Okay, this could be an inspiration to move that way. This could be, you're looking down two paths. One looks creepy and the other one looks bright and cheerful. And when you look down it, you're like, yay! Well, that's the one you go down, right? There's lots of different ways that your spirit team can lead you, can guide you, and you need to be present in order to receive them, because those signs and synchronicities are in the now. They're not in your past and they're not in your future. Okay, well, they are, but you know what I mean. Okay, so this is your ability to be patient until you see the sign and then take action. Okay, and you've had enough experience that you know that this works, that this guides you, that this always leads to beautiful, beautiful things. Okay, and then you've got a King of Cups coming in as your justice. This is heart harmony, harmoniousness. Okay, this is also all of the kings in the deck on the board right now. Okay, this is the King of Wands, the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. And I've got something tickling me. It's a tiny kitty hair. Ugh, keeps getting me. Okay, so your divine justice. This is the balancing out of things, right? This is you constantly choosing love and it finally tipping the scales into the love weight. Yes, okay, so your justice is to have a beautiful open heart space, to choose love more than you don't, right? This is what brings abundance. This is what fertilizes the seeds. This is what moves the energy in your favor, okay? 4 kings also equals the emperor. The emperor embodies all 4 kings. And so these kings represent the different areas of your life where action is needed in order to become an emperor, the one who gets things done. Okay? He's the getter done guy. And that's beautiful and powerful because, yeah, he's making moves. He's the big picture guy, right? He's making decisions for the good of all his people, all of his kingdom. Emperors have a kingdom? Emperordom. Oh, and the Queen of Cups. Okay, so that's beautiful. We've got a divine union here as part of your justice. This is a beautiful heart space, and this is exactly what happens when you are open with your heart. Okay, so how did this go? We went, I guess, the Emperor, and then taking action, holding the vision. Then we had cutting away, making boundaries, speaking truth. We've had this grounding, solid, foundational from the Pentacles, and then the heart. Okay, and then the balancing within the heart. So this is that justice, the beautiful heart justice. Gorgeous. Okay, yeah, your signs and synchronicities are pretty much everywhere. They're everywhere. Wowza. Yes. So this is about a balanced masculine, feminine within your heart space. This is an openness. This is a flowingness. This is the universe conspiring to bring you to a timeline where you are balanced in your heart space. Okay? Yes. This is coming for you. I'm going to read that presence one now because I'm feeling called to be present. And passage. I opened up on passage. So that's something. That was yesterday's message. So there may be something in there for you. Okay, don't just do something, stand there, shouts the wild one. Be present in all your capacity. Envelop all there is. There is nothing you can do in greater capacity than to be present. If you want to feel your presence, you must be there in yourself. With this, you will feel connection to everyone and everything. To maintain balance in your life, especially when things are out of your control, is to recognize that there's nothing you can do except be present. This is all you need to hold your balance. Be present to life now. Let it be. Recognize it is almost always the way. Be present. Just be present and all will come to you. Beautiful. Okay, and I love this balanced in the heart space presence. And I heard another reader talk about home is wherever your heart is, right? Where your heart. Home is where the heart is. That's the saying. And so by balancing your heart space, this is you being fully aligned and present within yourself. Beautiful. And this can also be a love connection that is coming your way. But this is exactly what happens. What you become, you attract. If you become love, you attract love, right? When you carry yourself as one worthy of loving, others are drawn to you, who want to love you and be loved by you. Okay. There's a card, and it's allow divine timing. Okay, so this is another validation of the being present. You can't think things faster, right? Look at all this energy. Things are moving. Trust it. Trust what you know. Keep choosing love over fear and be in your present moment, balanced, patient in your heart space, enjoying and being, okay? And muting anything less, anything else that isn't love fuel, love juice, okay? Because we've got the passionate energy. We've got the Eight of Wands, which is the energy moving, fast moving energy card. We've got the Emperor who's getting things done. And the Chariot. This is the universe lining up the timelines in your favor. And then we've got allow divine timing. Trust that all things will be. What will be, will be. And it's protected. You don't have to, there's nothing that you can say or do that is going to keep this from you, except, I guess, maybe being too in the fear vibe, okay? But I feel like if you're on this channel, if you're here right now, you've overcome this fear vibe. You are more in the love vibe. You have more love drops in your cup than fear drops, okay? We may not be completely fearless yet, but we're getting really, really close. And I think, it's all part of the process, right? It's all part of the experience. And that's a beautiful thing. Okay, I'm going to take something from the power deck here. I feel like this is a power deck oracle moment for any confirmations and guidance. Okay. So we've got two. Beautiful. So 44, witness. Live in your sacred witness. That inner place of silence and observing is your true identity and therefore your true power. It is all you really have when all else is gone. Like monoliths in an ancient valley, they observe and remember the passage of the ages. The answers that you find through the timelessness of spirituality and the innocence of nature offer the infinite. Each human being is on his or her own path, each different from yours. Answers to your questions are rarely found in another human. Answer your own questions by reflecting on nature and conversing with your own sacred witness. Okay. And release 42, which is a 444-2, okay? Anytime you are possessed by an emotion that you cannot control, know that it does not belong to you. Someone is sending negative energy towards you. Imagine that the negative emotion is muddy water pouring down through your hands, legs, and feet and into the earth. Or take that emotion into your hands and release it like a hawk. Let it fly away. We tend to hold on to fears and negative energy in an addictive way. Release your fear and let power come into you. Create a welcoming void within through the power of release. Beautiful. This is also that surrender, right? Okay, so the painting is entitled On Spirit Wings. Release is one of the most important acts that you can learn on your path to power. Release lives in the East, and in this painting is symbolized by the hawk flying towards freedom. With the sphere of universal knowledge behind him in a crevice of the mountains symbolize the knowledge and wisdom of Mother Earth and the timelessness of memory that you can experience only after release. Okay. And this painting is called Silent Watchman. These monoliths, interesting, there's monoliths in both. Oh no, it was just this one. These monoliths are a testimony to time gone by, to the oceans of consciousness and unconsciousness that have existed before us. The stone monuments also represent human. Sorry. Come on, pages. What are you doing? The stone monuments also represent the human in the passage of time and the universality of truth that is held within Mother Earth. It is important to learn to stand still in silence in the sacred witness within you. Meditate on stones and the great rock formations that have lived through the ages. Move into the essence of those stones. Through the stillness you become aware of, you will begin to experience the sacred witness that lives inside of you. This is the teaching of the East because the sacred witness is, in the end, all that you have. But it takes great wisdom and illumination to become your sacred witness, okay? And this is presence. Being present, right? Being present with the stones, with nature. This is what brings you into yourself. Where all your wisdom is and where spirit guides can communicate with you. And where you can choose love. Okay, tarantula and the frog. Let's see what these spirit. We've got water and fire, which is gorgeous balancing. Gorgeous balancing. Okay, frog. Clearing, cleansing, and healing. The frog and the water element are almost inseparable. The frog spends its first months of life entirely within this healing element and then emerges to rest on land. But no matter how earthly the frog becomes, its need for cleansing and rejuvenation is regular. Frogs tend to become overworked and undernourished. So it's vital that such sensitive creatures practice self-care, okay? And then I Freudian slipped friends. I mean, I do feel like it was just my scanning frogs and tens and I friends it, but maybe you have a friend who is overworked and undernourished and in vital need of some self-care. So this is another thing, being present. You're not so caught up in your own mind, in your own things, in your own past and future, that you don't recognize when your loved ones may need help, or, you know, just like, hey, why don't you come with me and we'll go skinny dip or stick our feet in the river or whatever, right? This card serves as a reminder that water helps us cleanse, forgive, and release. Time to dive in. Frogs aren't meant to carry a heavy load. To bring into balance, lake, river, ocean, or bathhouse. Spend some time in the water, okay? And then because it's with the cups here, the water is your emotion. This is, again, being present in your now. We can feel all the emotions of the past and be distracted by that, distracted from our now. So like a splash of water, cold water in the face brings you right into the now, right? You're now aware of the cold, of the wet, of the drips, of the where you're at, what you're feeling. That's fresh, right? You're in the present moment. So water can be super healing for that. And the tarantula, which I clicked onto, is at a crossroads claiming life's purpose. The tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream. Yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers patient and calm, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. When in balance, follows the intuition. When out of balance, hesitates and over-intellectualizes, and to bring into balance, daily journaling. Okay, yes, and this could be things from the past, those old mindsets and limiting beliefs, those things, those tendencies, right? There was something somewhere that talked about how fear can be like an addiction, which is emotions, all emotions create a chemical release inside of our bodies. And so we can very much get addicted to emotions. And this is why people who are on this downward spiral, who have too much fear in their cup, start to create more opportunity for their emotion addiction, their emotional addiction to thrive, right? Those hits. This is like retelling a story that makes you feel awful over and over and over again. You're getting a hit every time you retell it, every time you relive it, every time you bawl your eyes out retelling the same story, right? You are actually getting a hit of the chemical release. And so that's why this alchemizing, this choosing the love, it's like a training, like of a muscle, but it's also, you are swapping your addictions basically, because we can get addicted to the love, to helping people. And I guess that's where imbalance comes in. That's when people are helping even when it's not helping, right? They're not doing it to help the person, they're doing it to make themselves feel better, to get that hit. So this is why balancing in all of the realms are very important, but just be mindful of what you're putting in your cup. Yes. And love, we want the light. Fear, the darkness, the pressure, the adversaries, these are all things that help us become strong, right? It's the forging process of the sword, for the sword to become strong. It is the pressure that the coal endures in order to become a diamond. It's a necessary part, but eventually, and this is, we're on the cusp of, this is this movement, this energy that's building to move us. This is that passageway that we're walking through, is where we are all in on the love train, right? I don't know where I was going with that. I forget. But we are moving, oh yes, we are moving in, thank you, Spirit. We are moving into a period where we are now diamonds, and we no longer need to endure the pressure to become a diamond anymore. We can remove ourselves from those. That's the passageway. We are leaving the pressure zone because we've transformed. Now we're diamonds. Now we are just meant to be in the sun, where we can shine and sparkle and reflect and glow and act as a beacon for others that are like, oh, okay, this is all part of the process. Once I have become a diamond, I can get out of the pressure cooker, right? Yes. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. I'm going to do one of these cards. Okay. All of these cards. Let's see. Okay. We got the 10 of coins and the hermit. And I'm pretty sure that is the devil. Okay. So let's see what these cards want to tell us. So the devil: frivolity, flirtatiousness, seduction, a chance for fun and playfulness. Okay, it's not so bad in this deck. The devil represents seduction and lust, the attraction to the material world and its physical pleasures, with the risk of being overtaken by temptation. In the Renaissance, belladonna, deadly nightshade, was used to dilate women's eyes to give them the appearance of being sexually aroused, but could be fatal if the wrong dosage was administered. Okay, so this is speaking of moderation. Okay. And this is part of also giving me that integration of your shadow period, or your shadow selves, the light and the shadow. This is why we're living in a physical experience. Okay. And so, pain is part of the living experience, right? Pleasure is just a softer form of pain, or a personally perceived pressure point of pain. Yes. Okay. And then we've got the hermit, which is this guy. Where is he? There is the hermit. She's hiding away in the folds of this comfort. Okay, a humble person, humility, someone who guides by example, a friend you can talk to about anything. Okay, so this is the moderation in, but also have fun, right? Seek pleasure, seek experience, seek, be sensual, feel sexy, whatever you got to do, but in moderation, right? Again, with the addiction, it's so easy. Be mindful. Find that perfect balance. And I feel like with this hermit here, it's talking about, especially with this 10 of coins, being humble in your prosperity, in your lessons that you've learned, in where you've come. Okay, if this abundance arrives, right, your timeline links up, and now you are abundant and prosperous. Use your position for good, right? Use your position to help and to encourage and to inspire, not to peacock, not to posture. Okay, security and stability, inheritance, and material wealth. Okay, yes. I believe this is something that happens with those who are in balance in their heart. Okay, because love is the heart frequency. And that is what turns the wheels in your favor. That's what brings opportunity and success. It's like you are emitting love frequency, and love frequency comes back at you. It's the law of the universe. I didn't make the law. It just is the way it is. Okay. Let's get some charms to close out. Yeah. We've got this beautiful two ornate halves making a whole. Okay. This is your balancing of your masculine and feminine. This is your heart becoming one. You in your heart space. Beautiful. We've got the Pegasai. Okay. The flying horse. I mean, this horsepower, there's so much energy flying in your direction right now. Flying for your greatest and highest good. Okay. We've got another heart. Okay, this is a solid heart. It is solid and unbreakable. And that is exactly the work that you are doing, have been doing, or in the process of doing, or have done. Okay, we do past, present, and future when it comes to energy. So wherever is relevant for you is up to you. And we've got the angels. Okay, they are guiding you. They are looking over you. They are in awe of the work that you have done, your resilience and your fortitude. I don't know if fortitude is it, but that is what I'm saying. We've got sparrow. Okay, these sparrows mate for life. And so I feel like this sparrow could be someone coming in to love you like you are meant to be loved. And this is my yin yang kitty. It's golden. And this is the sun and the moon. Okay, this is that balance between your light and your shadow, your masculine, feminine, and all of that jazz. So that's beautiful. We've got the skull and crossbones. Okay, this is a warning. Yes, fell on your heart. Okay, this is the release all things that no longer serve. Release those old tendencies, those thought patterns, those mindsets, those belief systems that weaken you, that disempower you, right? It's like when you tell yourself something, recognize it. What did I just tell myself? How did I tell myself? Is what I said to myself empowering me or talking me down or disempowering me or weakening me, right? And make the necessary changes. This is how you become empowered, by empowering yourself, okay? Through your active role of releasing, recognizing, releasing, because you got to be able to recognize to release, right? Otherwise, you're like, I don't know what I got, so I don't know what I got to get rid of. Okay, we got the fleur de lis, which is a lily, I think, and it represents purity and prosperity, perhaps. Okay, so this is you moving out of the pressure zone and into your era of diamond shining in pure light from the sun. So that's gorgeous. We've got another heart, okay? And this heart is made with love. And this is exactly it. This is your active role into healing your heart, into creating your heart, into being one who moves from the heart, who lives in the heart. Your home is your heart, and you are keeping your heart home clean and safe and shining bright. Okay, and then we've got this lucky little feather. So look for the signs. This is also you, what was it saying about the hawk? But it's also giving me this owl vibe. So this is your connection to your inner wisdom and your inner knowing, and to trust that. You've come far enough. You've been through a lot. You're a freaking diamond. And so shine bright. Yes. Okay, there it is. That's the reading for today. I hope there was some good stuff in there for you, and that there was some other stuff in there for you, and that it'll all help you along your way. Okay, trust, be present, surrender to the seeds you've already planted, surrender to the process, surrender to the divine and divine timing. Okay, all things are working in your favor. Trust it, believe it, know it, own it, live it, love it. Love you. Take care. See you soon. Bye.